Hey y'all, so I broke my fast a couple of days ago on Friday. Um, what had happened was Justice was with me. He wasn't with me. Let me go back a little bit. I think he was with me the day I started my fast, and then he was with his dad. And so he was with me on Wednesday, and I thought I could be okay with him being with me, but he was a little under the weather. And also, he is Justice, so he is all around the house. And I just could not keep up. And the last time I did a detox or a cleanse, fast, whatever you want to call it, Madison was maybe 10 or 11 years old, and I also had shared custody with her dad. And so I remember in, I think that particular week that I did the fast, that she was with her dad. So I was able to kind of temper my activities and my energy. I can't do that with Justice, and so I had to eat something to just be able to make it through the day. Even though I just had to eat something to be able to make it through the day. So my mind was telling me, okay, Kim, you need to eat something. My body was telling me, because it was tired, it was telling me, Kim, it won't hurt for you to eat. You ain't got to eat everything in the world. Just eat something, a little bit of something to just kind of give you the energy that you need until you need to eat some more. Which is along the lines of the mindset that I want to develop, because I talk about this all the time for those of you all who know me and who know my family, especially the family where I was raised, the family in which I was raised. Food is a love language. And my dad, the best chef in the world. Don't nobody top my dad cooking. I don't care what y'all say. Don't nobody top Albert Brown. Albert Brown's cooking. So I grew up in a household with food. I love food. Food was my comfort. Food was my escape. And so a part of the reason of me going into the fast was for me to develop new mindsets and new, practices around and new thoughts around how I think about food. And I'm not going to go into too much detail right here. Just know that when I broke my fast, I broke it with some soup. Here's a picture of it here. It is well, let me say this. I made the soup full, like it was a rich soup, but when I broke my fast, I diluted it with lots of stock and water. Um, so the picture that you see here is a full bowl, but the first bit that I drank was very diluted with water because I wanted to ease myself back into food. Um, and one of the things I am now implementing, through some of the research that I've done, some very surface level research, some things I've heard from other folks who I know have implemented this practice, is intermittent fasting, which gives your body about 16 hours of fasting from nighttime, maybe say 8 o'clock until the next day, maybe between 11 and 12. You do not eat anything. And so I've kind of done that. I've eaten a snack. I ate a snack last night, maybe like 9:30, some pecans, because I felt like my body just needed a little something. But it wasn't a heavy snack, because the old me would have gone for like some chips or, would have gone for something probably very unhealthy. Chocolate was a good nighttime snack for me. So yeah, I've already started to develop healthier mindsets and more mindful, more wholesome, a more wholesome mindset around food and how it, yeah, just around food. A lot of things that I could share again, but I don't have any notes in front of me. I just wanted to let you all know that I did break my fast. Altogether, I didn't weigh myself the day that I broke my fast, but I weighed myself this morning, and I am 11 pounds down. And I think, yeah, I am 11 pounds down. And that is even after I've started eating food. So 11 pounds down. My skin, I think, is still wonderful, even though I need to go see an esthetician about, my skin has been super dry in some spots, in particular around my eyebrows and on my nose, and even down here on my chin. But other than that, I am still very, very well pleased with the results of the fast, more so because, again, I have adopted and I am adopting and I'm learning a little bit more about, how I feel about food and its purpose in my life. It's not just to bring me joy, but it's to also nourish me. Which you would think, with me being plant-based and vegan for the past, what, 4 or 5 years that I would know better. But you know, culture, kind of living in the South, I'd say, not having as much access as I would like to other options. But here's what I'm finding. So, or here's what I am learning in this process, or something that I was sort of kind of practicing before I even went on this fast. And I talked about it in my last video about me going to the grocery store every 2 or 3 days to only get what I need. But yeah, before the fast, I wanted to implement only eating some of the same foods all the time, or keeping some of the same foods in the pantry. Like, I love chickpeas. So when I get hungry, I just throw some chickpeas, in a pan and fry it with some onion. I love, what are some of the other things that I can love? I used to do smoothies all the time, but since I've been off this fast, I really haven't had a taste for a sugar or something sweet. Let me not say sugar, but really haven't had a taste for something sweet, even though fruit does have a good amount of sugar in it. So I haven't bought any, I haven't consumed a smoothie since I've been off of, even though I make them for Justice. I would taste it, before I gave it to him to make sure it wasn't too sweet. But yeah, I did not consume one on my own. And so I said all that to say that, yeah, I'm acquiring a taste for just buying some of the same vegetables and then just maybe playing around with them, as opposed to wanting to do all these different recipes and all that good stuff. For instance, the soup that I made, when I was on my fast, towards the end of the fast, and this is how I knew my mind was like, okay, Kim, it's time to be. I was thinking about some of the things I was going to cook. And so I went to the grocery store. I bought a lot of vegetables. Here's my grocery list right here of everything that I wanted to buy. And because there are soups that I wanted to try out, soups that I've made before, and soups that I just kind of wanted to play around with. I lost my train of thought right there. But anyway, since I've been off of this, I'll probably come back to that eventually one day, because I do see myself focusing a lot more on and with my videos, if I choose to do any more, if I choose to make it a regular practice. I do want to talk more about, first of all, more about sustainability and sustainable practices that Black folk have already been engaging in. If you were to Google sustainability right now, you'll see a lot of white folk. Okay. But I'm here to tell you, Black folk have been practicing sustainability since we was in Africa, okay? But when I think about some of the sustainable practices that we already employ, like reusing plastic bags or reusing shoe boxes, reusing plastic bowls. When we get things from the store, some of us, we keep our plastic bowls and we reuse them. I do. I reuse plastic bags. At any rate, I do want to delve into sustainability practices and practices that, or things that we do that can, let me not go into too much detail because that's something that I need to write out. At any rate, y'all, my fast is broken. I feel good. I am looking forward to working out, because I did not work out while I was on it. I bought me a sauna suit. I tried it yesterday. Walked around in the house and did a little working out. Me and Justice danced around the house. Justice and I danced around the house for a little bit. In about 30 minutes, I had a pretty good sweat going on. So I'm looking forward to hitting the Stairmaster at the gym to really get the full effects of, or the full effect and the full benefit of the sauna suit. So I am glad. I would do this again. I would be a lot more prepared for it, because y'all know the last one I did was very much so happenstance. It was just something, it was a whim. It was on a whim. It was spur of the moment. I mean, if I am to do it again, it would definitely be more planned, and probably only about 3 or 4 days. But I'm hoping that the practices that I am employing now will stick and stay with me, and that they will improve all the more. So I'm going to end this video with a few pictures. Because let me tell y'all something real quick before I end this video, because we right at 10 minutes, which is good. My last one was at 30. So in my head, I am a homesteader. Okay? I am a homesteader. I am, just look it up. That's what I am. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. And believe it or not, I live on land that gives me the capability of doing that. I just have not like totally moved in that direction. It's coming though. Ancestor said it's coming. And let me tell you something Ancestor said. I promise y'all I'm finna end this video. Ancestor said come home. Okay. And I ain't talking about Africa. I'm talking about come home to the things we used to do. Planting and farming and saving our food and sharing our food with like one another, because y'all, let me tell you, inflation and these systems, they don't care. They don't care, baby. It's time for us to start caring about us. So much I can say about that too. That needs to be written and fleshed out. I don't want to just be all over the place like I just was. But anyway, that's the end. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, okay? Oh yeah, I'm gonna end this video by showing some seasoning I made. Y'all know the first couple of days on the cleanse, I did a modified version of the master cleanse, which calls for a lot of lemons. So I also shared that my senses were peaked, or they were pronounced during my cleanse. So I did not want to throw those lemon rinds away. They smell so good. And I had just cleaned out my dehydrator when I was doing some things in the kitchen. I noticed I hadn't used it in a while. And so I dehydrated my lemon peels and I made a seasoning out of it. And I just added some thyme that I already have in abundance of dried thyme and dried parsley in my seasoning cabinet. And so I mixed all that together, no salt because I'm trying to do less salt. And y'all, it is so wonderful. So I'm just gonna throw in some pictures of that. And then I decided to dehydrate some cilantro because I have a lot of that. I also dehydrated some ginger, of which I have a lot of, and some onions because minced onion has been one of my favorite additions in dishes lately. Yeah, it's crunchy. You can fry it in some oil and it gets even crunchier. Oh, it's heaven. So I'm going to end it by sharing some of those pictures at the end, or I'm going to end this video by including some of those pictures in the end. Y'all be blessed today. Be safe, be open, be well, and have a good one.